Hey YouTube, got another Les Paul in. I'm in the process of editing that camper van thing. There's going to be a big, yeah. So I'll probably put out some normal guitar videos as well, so folk don't unsubscribe. Maybe quite long. So this is my pal Ronnie's Ibanez Les Paul from the 70s. Set neck one, had some neck damage but it's been repaired. He's not really sure about this one. If anyone knows, I mean, there's meant to be a way of telling. It's like, it's hard to tell. It doesn't say Ibanez and Mother of Pearl, and apparently this guitar was bought by his pal in the late 80s. So if you're going to fake a guitar, you're not. Why would you not just put Gibson rather than putting Ibanez on it? So I think the chances are it is an old Japanese Ibanez. The tuners look right. I've been working on this today while I was editing, but I can't find switch cleaner. I took a can with us in the camper van thinking that's always going to be useful because there's lots of electrical circuits in there, and there was sod all left in it, so I just left it in the van for Scott. So there's a couple of intermittenty things which I've not got to yet. I have done the frets, took all the machine heads off, oiled them, put them back on again. They'll last another 40 years. Had a look at the back of the pickups, not really any indication of what they are other than they're old. This pot here seems to be stiff in the middle. It's this, the switch cleaner I think would sort it, but I'm not 100% sure. I could easily replace the pot. But the most annoying one's this pickup selector here, which works fine in down but up. It is working. So now I'll demonstrate the neck pickup. Very loud. And very intermittent. It's this switch though. You kind of hit it hard, you can kind of get to come back to life. Which is no good. That's a dodgy pot. Yeah, I think it's burst. Yeah, I think that just needs a new pot. I don't think it's that dirty. So that's it completely off. And as soon as you touch it, it goes back on again. But it's kind of like, it's very much, feels like it's centre indented, which it shouldn't be. So it's, well, I'm doing this video halfway through. It's going to be basically the same, apart from you just got to imagine the neck pickup, this pickup switch works better, and this volume control, this tone control works. So it is a little bit of a minefield looking for these sort of guitars because there's so many of them that are the Japanese ones. There's so many that are claimed to be the same as Ibanez, but they're not exactly the same. But some of them are, and some of them aren't. And there's ones that kind of look the same because although it's white, Les Paul Customs are normally black. This one is solid mahogany, and it does have a different type of wood top, which I assume is maple. Like I saw it when I was in having a look and see what kind of pickups they were. So it's kind of is a Gibson Les Paul sort of thing. I think you could probably put better tuners on it. But everything else seems to be pretty solid and good, apart from this knob being wrong. It does have cheapy nasty pots in it, but they might not necessarily be original. They do work. Right, so no more neck pickup because that's what all it needs is a scooter switch cleaner. I'm 95% sure it'll fix it. Bridge pickup. Tone works. Yes, there's not really that much to talk about with this guitar really. I mean, there's no problem with it's a Les Paul, which I don't find particularly interesting. It's quite nice in black though, and white though. That rhythm guitar was too loud. I've obviously got things set up a little bit differently. Also a little bit, that kind of works that way a little bit with single coils, like a Strat. I've noticed it tends to be, the Rat pedal seems to do less to it. No, it's the other way around, isn't it? Really annoying when that pickup's not on. Yeah, so I really can't give this back, can I, until I've got it sorted. One thing I noticed looking at it is that the fingerboard doesn't look very flat. My Gibson's normally 12-inch radius. This seems to be a lot. I might be completely wrong, but this way we get to find out live as I do. It looks quite curved. Whether it is or not, we're about to find out. So, where's my radius gauge? 10, 12. Gibson's normally 12, isn't it? And then I'm just going to go, it's totally exactly what it's meant to be. Yeah, I get this. It may be just because it's white, kind of looking at it, it looks more curved, but no, it's just standard. Yeah, so, these are awfully good. You do have to pay money. I would actually be a little bit wary about finding fake ones of these. I don't think this one is. I think this one is a genuine Ibanez branded one, but you know, they were made for so many. So it doesn't actually. Well, I was going to say it doesn't say made in Japan on the neck plate. It doesn't have a neck plate because it's a set neck. Generally, the set neck ones are a bit more expensive. But going by the fact that it's definitely from the 80s was when it was bought second hand, and nobody could ever find out what it was. And then this whole, I don't know if you can really see the logo. See, you've got like mother of pearl here, but the actual Ibanez logo kind of looks like someone's done it themselves. But I've never seen one of these, so maybe that's what it looked like when it was new. There's also something you can tell about the shape of the inlays, because these are like square, and also the bottom of the neck here, sometimes it's rounded and sometimes it's not. That's one of the ways you can tell what kind of guitar these things are. I would definitely put this in the more expensive category. I think these pickups are original. The pots are the wee ones and they look pretty shit. I don't know what they would be like. They could have been redone. It definitely needs some switch cleaner. I can't even get the middle position working, or not to. Yes, so I suppose we'll have to do another video of this. I'm really just doing this to break up. I said at the start, just to break up the fact that I've been doing. There's going to be a couple of hours worth of just random, no guitars or very few guitars when I was away at the weekend there. But I can't, Ronnie, I can't give you this back until I've got the switch cleaner coming. Said it'd be here by Friday, so I'll maybe work out that. I'm 95% sure that the switch cleaner will switch. We'll just sort this intermittently thing out, which is really annoying, and I'll replace this tone pot. I'd actually be tempted to possibly buy just a full new set, because the ones that are in it they weren't brilliant at pots. Nowadays pots are much better. Even if you buy the cheapest ones you can just now, they'll be better than these, because these are 40-50 years old or something stupid, or have been replaced at some point by other ones. But it's proper nice aged as well. It's like you look at it's got white binding in the neck. You can really see. You can sort of see the difference in colour there. See the difference between that colour, which is the colour I've got on quite a lot of guitars, and when you look at the 58 and the 59 Les Paul reissue that Gibson do, that's like $9,000. That's what it should look. If they could make it look like that, I'd be impressed. It doesn't. It looks like sort of artificially aged, sort of opaque, pearly looking plastic. You're like, to make it look old. It doesn't look old though. It looks cheap crap. The guitar I played was $8,000 or $9,000 or something stupid, and it's like, yeah, it's like The thing you see, obviously this one it's quite annoying about. It's got some the headstock's been. I don't know if it's been completely off or not. I don't think so. No, it's not been completely off, but it's been dented and it's been re-put together, and it's probably worthwhile sanded it and repainted to make it look nice. I mean, it's solid. I think apparently it was fixed 10 years ago, so it's like it's not going anywhere. But this one has how's the truss rod looking? Just slightly bohier, too flat. But this had been stoned at some point, so the frets were like bar magnets. You know, they didn't have the crowning file, so I've gone over and crowned them to make them more fret shaped. Again, rather than being they're now ooh, which is much nicer. But a nice Les Paul. I keep getting Les Pauls in I quite like, and it's, to be honest, none of them have been Gibson ones. Although I did like that the Les Paul Junior, but I don't like the price. £1,300, really. You know, you really be thinking you should be getting something like this and having £1,000 to spare. Is it better? Well, if this one was working, probably better than the Gibson Les Paul Junior. It's really, really off-putting the fact that this switch isn't working. Before I did the video, I was pretty annoyed about it. Obviously, I'm waiting for switch cleaner. I'll be honest. I spent half an hour trying to find it. I just remember last time I bought switch cleaner, I always buy it in. It's like a £5 for one can, or like £6 for one can. So a £7 or £8 for two cans, and a tenner for three cans. So last time I bought 2 cans. I remember going to buy 2. That means I've got a spare one, and I'll put it down there, the spare one down there, and I put it down and hit the other can that already had spare. So that's why I'm thinking I've got cans of this stuff lying about, but I can't find it now. And it should be working. Right, so back to my backlog of guitars I've got to do. This was a kind of bonus one. It wasn't going to take that long. But now, I wouldn't have taken that long if I'd had the switch cleaner. So it's just, I'm pretty cheesed off about it. But enjoy. I don't know whether I'll put this out tonight. I might put this out tonight and then put out the camper van exploits after. I might put it out tomorrow. I don't really know. Thinking's difficult. Anyhow, rock on. Catch you later.